Welcome to the Story Eyed Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Jen. On this show, we talk about all things Williams syndrome. We're excited to share our community with you. Thanks for being here.
It was the state tournament for adapted softball this past weekend. Bennett and his team, the Osseo Orioles, took second in the state.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. That's exciting.
So
how's everybody's awareness month going? Are you out there doing awareness stuff, Brendan?
Yeah, I'm trying to help Mom with the book and trying to share
I just
some
bought
of
a
it.
giant buttload. That's the official
awesome.
term of measurement. Buttload. I just bought a buttload of books on Amazon.
That's awesome.
She'll be excited when she sees that.
Yeah. So also sharing some of the posts from the Williams Syndrome Association, just trying to spread the awareness as much as I can. Yeah, it's been going good.
I'm hoping people will see. The videos are still up on the social club page, but last week, Nick Doris and I went live every single day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do awareness events, varying lengths, change your profile pic, share one of the tiles. But on Wednesday, we had people come on and answer the question, what does Williams syndrome awareness mean to me? And some of the answers were just so spectacular and so wonderful. And on Friday, we did it again, but the question that we wanted them to think about, that we wanted anyone to think about and come on is, what does a good life for me look like?
Ooh.
And to hear everyone's definition of some people are living already their best life. They have, and that's awesome. I wish that obviously for everybody, but some of the things that people are thinking about in terms of what's important to them and how they want to get older. If they're in their 20s now, what does 35 look like for them?
Yeah.
And some of the answers are just fantastic. So hopefully over the next, especially the what does awareness mean, hopefully some of those videos people will see over the next few days as we're continuing to promote Awareness Month. I cut up all of those individual people talking about what does awareness mean, and those are going to be used on our main social media pages. Melissa will be sharing those on Insta and the TikToks and the Facebooks and the
Gram.
the this and the that's. And I'm assuming the MySpaces and the GeoCities and Alta Vista.
Yep.
And one of the people that came on to join us actually was Josh. And Josh was really terrific. And he was terrific when he came on last Friday, which is what inspired me to say, hey, do you want to come on and be on the podcast? And he was delightful. Succinct.
It was really good to have him.
Unlike me, he answers things pretty directly and doesn't meander around. I prefer the scenic route.
Me too.
I'm
the same.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, how is your awareness month going?
Mine's not going great. I'm struggling. I am struggling. It is busy. Guys. It's busy. May is always a hard time for my person with Williams syndrome. We're just at the end of the year, the routines, wheels are off the bus. We're just trying to stay alive. We did a post maybe early into the awareness month, and it's like what you're talking about, Joel, with people saying, what does Williams syndrome mean to you, or what do you like? And Stella loves herself. She thinks she has a great life. She is happy with who she is. It's the rest of us that put all those other things on her, right? So when we say, so I think her awareness month is going great. As to summarize your question, it's the mom's expectations that, are hard. So yeah, we're doing good. But she has, and I think I mentioned it here with Josh, she has a summer job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you posted
Oh,
about that. That was pretty exciting.
yeah, and so that's fun to support her in that and just, start figuring out. She's 15, so figuring out who she is as a person and what that next phase of her journey is going to look like is really fun to see
Yeah.
and sad because I just want her to be little and
Oh,
Yeah.
I had that exact discussion with Bennett the other day. Just going, he was just all he was doing was filling his water bottle, and I just looked at him and I'm like, crap, you're like a you're like a full grown person, and
dude, yeah.
you're a dude, and that's great and that's awesome, but
Yes.
there are still times when I still wish you were just our little guy.
I know,
Mm.
I know. I did. I sent you that post that came up in my feed from past Williams Syndrome Awareness Months of
Mhm.
Bennett's article in the newspaper about vacuums. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I wonder if that's a thing that happens for parents because I am in this season where I'm really busy. But
Yeah.
then my social media feeds, like I see all of this work that I've done previous years about Williams syndrome awareness. And so there's a lot of pictures of Stella when she was young and interviews with her. And
Yep.
I need to delete them because
Yeah.
it's exciting and it's fun to see how far she's come. But
Yeah.
also, when I go to Buffalo, I need to hold little people with Williams syndrome. So if anybody
Yes.
again has a baby that they're like, this baby needs to be held all the time, just come find me and I'll hold your baby.
I'll volunteer too.
And
Do you
and
hold
we
babies?
I'm an uncle of 5, so of course.
Okay. If you gave Stella a crying baby, she'd be like, no.
Nope.
enjoy this discussion with Josh Beaupre.
Yes. And I think he's also living his best life.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, running around doing Emperor Palpatine voices, please. It's
Yep.
hard to beat that.
Yeah, shout out to Josh and all of his friends. And he had some good tips, I think, for like how we love each other in the Williams syndrome community. It's really
Yeah.
important.
All right, enjoy the show. Oh, hearts. We're gonna do some hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, boom.
Woo!
Boom.
Come on, hearts.
Yay.
Oh, mine doesn't do it, but it's weird. Mine did like.
Hi, I'm Morgan Jane Starkman. I am the daughter of Greg and Joanne Starkman from Inner Sense Organic Beauty, and I'm so happy to tell you something really special. The Hair Renew Scalp Hair Bath and the Hair Renew Soothing Conditioner from Inner Sense Organic Beauty. These clean, safe products help take care of your scalp and hair. They make your scalp feel calm and renewed. I love how they make me feel cared for, and I think you'll love these products too. Let's take care of our scalp and hair together. Try them today and save 15% on your first purchase with my code Morgan15 at InnerSenseBeauty.com.
Hey Josh, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. For those who might not know who you are, why don't you take a few seconds to introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. I am Joshua Buffrey, and I'm from Burlington, Vermont. I'm an entertainer. I also do voice impressions, Michael Jackson impersonations, and other things around the place.
Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont's amazing. I love being here and spreading kindness and love all over the world.
Yeah, Vermont is about 3 to 4 hours
3 to 4 hours.
driving.
Okay,
3 to 4
awesome.
hours. Yeah.
Have you guys met each other before?
Not in
Not yet.
person. Not yet, but we're friends on Facebook.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, but until now.
Yeah.
I
We
love
will meet
that.
each other.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome. Are you from Vermont originally, Josh?
Yep.
Okay. So have you ever lived anywhere else, or is Vermont the place?
Vermont's my only place I've been to be honest.
Okay. And how connected are you to the Williams syndrome community? Obviously, you have Williams syndrome, but do you
Yeah.
go and do the conventions and the cruises and all those things?
I do adventure seekers trips now, which is really
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
And I've been to 2 so far. I've been to the Orlando trip with Disney World, and then of course Norwegian Aqua with the cruise team, and that was the best I could ever have been.
That was the best. Yeah, Joel was just telling us a story as we got on about how on the cruise there was like some night where they were like showing the audience how to do dances, and
Yep.
Michael Jackson's Thriller was one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
dances. And this is when we learn your skill, which is
Michael Jackson.
impersonations.
Yeah, impersonations. So I do a lot of different things of my impersonations. I love entertaining people as I go along, so it's been very helpful for them.
Is that something that you've always enjoyed doing, or is that something you've recently come into?
It's recently because people are just loving my voice characters. I love doing each one.
Okay, so how tell us how that journey started. Did you find somebody that you could impersonate really well and then you just built upon that?
Yeah, I usually watch some voice actors on
Mhm.
YouTube sometimes. Sometimes I watch a movie and see which character I like, and then I pick that particular voice and then see if I can translate it from the screen into my mouth, and it has worked.
All right, so who did you start with first?
I started with some Star Wars impressions. That's what I first started with.
Okay, and then there's a lot of Star Wars characters you can impersonate. Who's the best one?
I can imitate Chancellor Palpatine, which is voiced by Ian McDermott.
Okay, should we ask for some demonstrations, Brendan? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to hear it.
Okay. Your ignorance blinds you, Master Yoda. Now you experience the full power of the dark side.
Oh, okay, so you started there. Do you do other Star Wars characters?
I can do a little bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi, just a little bit, but not that much. I can also do Master Yoda. So I can do a lot of voice impressions, and they just smile every time they hear me do all kinds of other impressions too.
Yeah, so who is your like main person that you impersonate? Like, who are you known for?
Let's see, I'm known for, again, Chancellor Palpatine was my favorite character
What's
of
your
all the
favorite?
other episodes. And
Yeah,
I always looked up to Ian McDermott when he does his voice, and I'm like, how can I impersonate that same character? So I watched the whole series, and that's what got me into voice acting.
that's what got you into voice
Very
acting.
cool.
Is that something that you do for work now?
I don't usually do my voice impressions for work. I'm usually just focused on my normal work.
Okay, what is that? What's your normal work?
I work at Marshall's, and I basically work out on the floor.
All right,
Cool.
Marshalls, go Marshalls. I love me a Marshalls.
Yes,
How
I
long
do
have you been
too.
working there?
For a couple of years, I've been worked there for so many days. It's been quite a challenging time.
Yeah, holidays, I've got to assume are the hardest because they're real
Yeah.
busy. Yeah. So you work on the floor. What kind of work do you do? Putting away go backs
Um,
and stuff like that?
I've been working on luggage actually, putting up different sets and putting them on display.
Okay, that's awesome. I love
Cool.
that. I can't say enough about people working in terms of our individuals with Williams syndrome. My daughter Stella, she's 15 and she just got her first job. I'm
Oh,
like,
fantastic.
I know.
Yay,
I'm
Stella. Way to
yeah,
go.
I'm so proud of her. And yeah, it's like a journey, right? To be able to build that stamina. How many hours a week do you work?
2 hours a week,
2 hours
basically.
a week. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it takes a long time to build up that stamina and learn how to interact with people. She's selling samples of cinnamon rolls at farmers market. And so
Oh, wow.
the first day, she'd say, "Would you like a sample of a cinnamon roll?" And people would say no, and she would get mad.
Oh,
So the second we're on week 2 and she did a lot better. She was like, "That's okay. I understand." So it's good. It's a journey into
Mhm.
that work-life balance. So what do you do outside of work, Josh?
I like to do community time and spend time with my friends out in the community when it comes to conventions or when it comes to trips. I always get excited to get to see some familiar friends that I've seen online and know them in person. It was incredible time for me.
Yeah, are you coming to Buffalo?
I wish I could, but I can bring all the best of luck.
You're gonna wish us all the best of luck. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, we need that luck because
Mm.
we don't know what we're getting into, do we, Brendan?
No, no, but
It's
Buffalo
gonna
doesn't know
be
what they're getting
That's
into
true.
either.
That's
So,
true. Yes. Yeah,
so
it could
on
go
the
both
flip side,
ways.
yeah, yep.
That's yeah. So Josh, you grew up in the area that you live in? What city do you live in?
It's Burlington. Burlington is a very small state, but hey, it's still a fun place to visit. Sometime if you guys come to the area, I'll show you guys around. There's so many areas to look at. It's so fun.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
Burlington is fun. I've been there a few times before. Really
That's
cool.
Supposed to be
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's supposed to be beautiful. You were saying that one of the things that you wanted to talk about on the podcast today was bullying.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Williams Syndrome Awareness Month. I think that's what it says behind you. For those that are listening, Josh has an awesome screen that has the Williams Syndrome logo, and I think it says Williams Syndrome Awareness Month behind him.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So you're very proud to have Williams Syndrome. I can tell in your face.
Yes.
Yes. And so how has bullying impacted you?
Well, first off, I didn't know what to do at first because I was bullied for so many times, including on different platforms online as well. So
Oh,
I had to find help. But then I realized that if I stood up myself, I know that wisdom and power can take control of bullying.
yeah. Yeah. So was that something that you experienced growing up, bullying, or was it more like the online stuff that,
It was basically after growing up, I was like, am I gonna get targeted? But other than that, it's been impacting me for so many times, and I kept spreading messages about it and telling them to stand up for themselves, look them in the eye, and tell them to not bully anymore.
yeah. Yeah, that's super important. Brenda, do you experience a lot of bullying? I don't think you do.
Not recently, because I don't put up with it. But there are instances in the past where I had been bullied by some people that had Williams syndrome, but
Yep.
I shot that down and was like, just don't. It's not cool. You're not cool doing it. It makes you look bad.
Yeah.
And like for me, I have to be careful because I'm on the board and stuff. So I don't want to put myself in a situation where I say something and it gets blown out of context and then gets back to other people.
Yeah.
So I immediately remove myself from those kinds of situations and just
Yep.
like, nope, not my problem. Don't get me involved. Don't put my name in it. Nope.
Yeah. It's interesting that, and maybe we've talked about it on the podcast before. I don't remember. Have we talked about how sometimes in our own community we bully each other?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Heard about that term. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. I know that I always tell my kids, I don't know if it's bullying, but like anytime we're like making others feel less than, it's usually a reflection of an insecurity that we have about ourselves.
Yeah.
And we could be jealous or
Yeah.
pissed
Yeah.
of something, or we're grumpy about things not going well in our own lives. And so we take it out on other people. And sometimes we take it out on the people that are closest to us. And of course, there's a lot of differences in the Williams syndrome community, but there's a lot of similarities. So it's like that friend on friend violence. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I'm
important
not
that
for it
we
either.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's important that we try to be like aware of it and be safe with each other. I do see people sticking up for each other
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making sure that this places online are safe places. Yeah, I also think that's an interesting element too. I noticed with Stella, she's 15, and so she's at the age where she really wants to be more connected with people
Yeah.
online. And I'm scared. So I'm scared to let her do that because not everybody is welcoming of that.
Yeah.
How old were you guys when you started doing online stuff?
Oh God. I think 13. I'm not quite sure how I started learning about these stuff online until
Yeah.
now, which
Yeah. Okay. How old are you now?
33.
33. Okay. So yeah, you've been 20 years into this, and Brendan probably the same for you, huh?
Yeah, maybe longer because I'm a little bit older than Josh. So, yeah. So, about the same probably. I don't know.
Yeah, especially I think the part about Williams Syndrome Awareness Month that's so especially important is that there's so many wonderful qualities that come with Williams Syndrome, right? And as much as we want to highlight those, because you guys are so social, you're so friendly, you're so outgoing, you're very, I don't know if Josh, if you're musical or you have musical interests, but Brendan certainly does. And so that can be a component of a lot of individuals with Williams syndrome. But then there's the other part of it, which is the anxiety and the depression and the sensitive hearing, and all those things can turn against each other, right? If they're
Yes,
triggered
I
in a
know
bad
that
way.
particular, yes. And I'm also musical as well. I love
You are?
seeing musicals and
Okay.
seeing that. Yep.
Yeah. What kind are you an instrument player?
Yep, I can play music by ear.
Music by ear. Okay. Yes, I love that. What is your instrument of choice?
I like to play my Cajun accordion.
I was not expecting you to say an accordion.
I have one.
I love that. I love that. Is that always something you've just had since you were little, or how did you decide that the accordion was your instrument?
I learned a really cool Zydeco band. Actually, there's two Zydeco bands I will mention.
Okay.
One of them that I used to play here in my local area was called Mango Jam Vermont, and they were incredible musicians, and I got to know them and I actually got to play one of their instruments, so it was really fun. But to the accordion part, I learned about a really cool guy named Terrence Simeon. Now, Terrence Simeon has Cajun and regular accordion things that he told me about, and I had to learn from him, and he taught me a lot of ways to play the instrument.
Yeah,
Very
Joel was
cool.
just asking in our in our text group. He keeps us on track, so he sends us little timers. But he also said, what kind of accordion do you have? I didn't know that there were different ones.
Yeah, I have a button accordion that I play. It's really fun.
Okay, wow. And there's other types of accordions? How did I not know this?
Yeah.
There's piano accordions, there's Cajun accordions, there's cantina accordion. There's so many lists that goes on.
Okay, Brendan, what's the difference between all these accordions?
I think with the piano accordion, it has like
Like
keys
the
of
piano keys?
piano
Okay.
kind of, and there's buttons on it. The Cajun accordions are kind of smaller, more like octagonal shaped,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
and the piano ones are more square and they expand and you put them
Yeah.
together and
And the piano accordions have a lot more reeds
yeah.
than button accordions because they have different tones of different sounds.
Yeah.
And I learned about by switching the buttons or the pegs that they have
Right.
change the sound.
Yep.
Okay. Is the reed the middle part?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it forces air through reeds to make the sound. That's what the
Okay.
bellows do.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, I love that. Obviously, you guys know your instruments. Look at that. I put you both on the spot and you delivered. Way to go. I do think
Yay.
that is a trait of Williams syndrome, right? You guys know all the facts. Have
Yep.
you watched, Josh, have you watched the Michael Jackson movie?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. And yes, and I absolutely loved it.
You loved it. Good. Brenda, did you see it?
I haven't yet, but I definitely want to.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
gotta
Yes.
find the time and time to
Mhm.
do it, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson really inspired. That's another thing about me is when I started learning about Michael Jackson and I started to watch his videos, his performances, and I thought maybe I could try that. So then during my school years, I actually did a show and it was fantastic. I started to do more events and now I'm a professional MJ performer.
Okay. Professional. What does that entail? What does professional MJ entertainer entail?
Usually, as myself as an MJ performer, I look up to one tribute artist that inspired me to keep on doing the Michael Jackson show.
Mhm. Okay.
And
And are you singing and dancing?
yep, definitely. Sometimes I like to do both lip sync or sing at the same time,
Okay.
just depending on the song, what I imitate or no.
Yeah. What Michael Jackson era are you? Do you have a look? Are you like
Yeah,
red jacket or are you the Billie Jean with the black sequins?
I love most of his outfits, but if I had to choose one, it would be the Beat It jacket.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that for you, the red jacket. Or is it red or is it black?
It's kind of red with the zippers.
Yes. Okay. Yes. We love the Michael Jackson movie in our house, and I grew up listening to a lot of Michael Jackson, and I can also do the Thriller dance, Josh.
Nice.
I'm very rusty, but I can do it. I took a mom's hip hop class for a long time, and
Ooh.
I
They
learned
were
it there.
back here in Vermont. They had dance classes at my favorite theater, so I actually got to do that and perform some MJ tributes for that as well.
Okay.
Very
Oh my gosh, I
cool.
love that. So is this stuff that you do for private events or do you do it for birthday parties or events that people ask you to do them for?
Um,
Or is it just family and friends, I guess is what I'm asking.
Sometimes it can be special events. Sometimes I'll even bring it to adventure seekers that could possibly do one song for their big day and something like that. Sometimes when I was in Florida, I brought one of my Michael Jackson outfits. I was wearing my sequin glove, my everything for Billie Jean, and I actually got to dance to that.
Okay, I love it. That's really fun. And I think that's music is obviously so important to so many people, but for Williams syndrome, like, and I see it especially in my daughter, it's kind of fun to watch her. I played a song for her last week and I played it for her and then I watched to see what her reaction was going to be like.
Yeah.
So, and Michael Jackson, just when I think about him, is so energetic and fun and
Yeah.
it makes me feel happy. So I'm assuming it's the same for you.
Yeah, when I hear my favorite song from Michael Jackson, I start moving and grooving like him.
Yeah. What is your favorite song?
It's called Dangerous by Michael Jackson. If you heard that one, it's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a Michael Jackson fan, Brendan?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song?
Ooh, I really love Thriller. Thriller's really good. Beat It is really good. Smooth Criminal is it's so
Yes.
good.
I love
Yep.
that
It's a
dance
great
too.
era. That's a great Michael Jackson
Yep.
era.
I also like some of the covers of those songs, like the Alien Ant Farm
Yes,
version
yes.
of Smooth Criminal, the Fall Out Boy version of Beat It. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Yeah.
That's good. So you didn't see this yet in the movie, but Josh, did you find it interesting? They were talking about how Michael Jackson was particular about the dance moves and
Uh-huh.
how he really thought through every movement, including down to the footwork and even the way that they would shoot the videos. He was very
Yeah.
involved in like how they placed the camera so that they could capture the footwork. And it was all just because that was such an important part of his expression of style. And I thought that was fancy. Obviously, we knew he was a good dancer, but I didn't know that there was that much thought that went into it.
Yeah, Michael has shown me a lot of ways to get the crowd going when it comes to my favorite performer before he passed on. And when he did, I didn't know what to do. I thought I was going to lose all my power of dancing. And
Yeah.
then I got invited to do a MJ show again from another back in the day where I actually got to do a show at a local other place. And I actually did it for a very special event and everyone enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you are doing this out in your community. You're going out and
Yeah.
doing Michael Jackson impersonations, and that's super fun. We also do have a little girl. I can't remember her name right now, but she lives in Michigan and she's a huge Michael Jackson fan and she has Williams syndrome.
That's pretty cool.
So, gosh, if you guys were both at convention, I would introduce you. But you're not going to be there, and I'm so sad. That's fun. So, the next thing, what is next for you, Josh? You're working at Marshall's, you're
Yeah.
living your best life, like doing performance and impersonation. What things do you want to share with the community about Williams syndrome or about what you're doing next?
I'm finally in love with someone that's been inspiring to me, and I want to give her a shout out. Her name is Iris Lee, and her and I have been celebrating our 6 months together.
Okay, that's real cute. Does she
That's
have Williams
awesome.
syndrome?
She also has Williams syndrome, yeah.
See, that's my favorite. I know you guys can date whoever you want, but it's two Williams syndrome people together. It's just the best. That's fun. Does she live in your area?
Now she's in the place called Minnesota, but her hometown is in Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay.
Okay.
Minnesota and Florida. So a long distance relationship.
Yep, we're going strong at 6 months.
Okay. How did you meet?
We met online, like I did the same thing with all of my other friends,
Yeah.
before I get to meet them in person at a convention or at a Adventure Seekers trip.
Well, I think that's how you young people do it nowadays. You meet online usually, and then it starts from there. How is it managing a long distance relationship? Is that challenging or?
It used to be, then I realized, you know what? I'm going to go for it, and that's not going to stop me from who I can be with.
Oh, I think that's great. Like I said, as we wrap up our podcast, do you want to share anything else with the community about Williams syndrome? We talked about bullying, which can be a thing that we have to be careful of in our community. We talked about accordions and your love for accordions.
Michael
which I have
Jackson.
a
We
new-
talked about Michael Jackson.
I have
Yep.
new You've given me new knowledge today, Josh. I appreciate that.
Of course. And I want to give all the shout out to all my favorite people that I talked to online
Okay.
and everywhere else. So to all my friends that are listening to my podcast for the very first time, give them some love and support from me. And I love each and every one of you.
I love that. That's a great way to end the pod. Josh, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, Josh, thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure, my friends.
You've been listening to the Starry-Eyed Podcast, presented by the Williams Syndrome Association and sponsored by InnerSense Organic Beauty. The show is hosted by Jennifer Keaton and Brendan Lemieux and produced by me, Joel Listman. All music by Tommy Barbarella and Mariella Elm. Got a question for the show? Email us at podcast@williams-syndrome.org. Video version of the podcast available on the Williams Syndrome Association channel on YouTube and on the Starry-Eyed Podcast page on Facebook. Audio version available wherever you get your podcast delights. So like and subscribe and help spread some Williams Syndrome awareness.